Hi guys, it's Robin with Well Balanced Life. Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button below. That way you're up to date on all the new topics that we discuss. But today I'm here to talk about one of my favorite topics, finances, specifically how to grow your credit to an 800 plus credit score. I personally have really good credit and I was able to get it to about an 820 because of these tips that I'm going to share. I'm going to share 5 tips, quick and easy things that anyone can do to increase their credit score. So the very first thing, pay your bills on time. I cannot stress this enough. If you pay your bills on time and you're showing that consistency, your scores has no choice but to continue to grow and go up and up and up. But you have to pay them on time. So you don't want to miss a due date. So if your bill is due on the 15th, if you have to set an alarm, if you have to get auto draft, do whatever you need to do to make sure that you are paying your bills on time. In the event that you can't, so say you're facing a financial hardship or you just don't have it like that this month and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't pay my car note. Call your creditor, call the company and say, hey, I'm having a financial hardship and I cannot pay my bill on the 15th. Can you extend my due date until the 20th or the 30th? Usually they'll be able to work with you. This is a much better option than missing a payment altogether, because then they're gonna send your account to collections. It's gonna have a derogatory mark on your credit report. So just make sure to, one, pay it on time, and then secondly, if you can't, try to call them and negotiate and see if they'll let you pay it late, or they'll work out something with you so that you can pay it at a different time. You can also change your due dates. Like most people get paid twice a month, and let's just say you have a bill due on the 18th, but you don't get paid until the 31st. Maybe you can scoot that bill back to the 31st or the first of the month, so that way you're never missing your payment. My second tip would be decrease your debt to credit ratio. So essentially, if you're paying your credit cards and things off on time, that's the first start. But if you have, say, $1,000 available to you and you are using $900 of that $1,000 available, your debt to available credit ratio is going to be really high. You want to get your credit utilization down to about 30%. So in this example, you would need to be around $333 that you use. So you want to pay that off. So that way you keep your debt to credit ratio really low. Ideally, you would want to pay down your debt every month and essentially pay it off. A little tip or trick under the decreasing your debt to credit ratio would also be to pay more than the minimum balance due. That is something that I stress. If they're offering you only a $15 credit payment, it's gonna take you forever to pay a bill of $1,000. So if you can pay 20 bucks, 30, 100, whatever you can put on that to help decrease your debt, that would be something that would help your credit immensely, and you'll see your credit score increase as you're getting that debt decrease. The third tip that I would offer would be don't close old accounts. So creditors and the credit bureaus want to see that you have established a credit history. And what that means is, how old is your oldest credit line? And then it goes into, are you paying your bills on time and all of that. If you have an account that you got, say a Target card that you got 10 years ago, you paid it off, you're like, I'm gonna close it so I don't run the balance up. Don't close it. If it's paid off, leave it paid off. I know some people get afraid because they think that after a certain amount of time, they're gonna close your account. Call and ask them and say, hey, how long can I go without buying anything on this card before you close it? They may have a direct answer for you, but if not, a key that I tell people is to make sure to just buy a pack of gum, buy something on your card and then go right back around and pay it off. So if you have a $1,000 credit limit and you've paid off your bill, you're thinking about closing your account, keep it open, go to Target, buy a pack of gum, turn right back around, pay it off. That's gonna show that your payment is on time. It's gonna show that you have a low debt to credit ratio. So you're hitting off all these indicators that impact your credit score. So keep those accounts open. The next tip I would have, don't open new accounts. So this is especially important if you know you're getting ready to make a big purchase. Don't open new accounts. Don't show additional inquiries on your credit report. Sometimes when you go to a department store or a retail store, they're like, oh, we'll just run your credit real fast. You'll get a 20% off discount. Don't do it. Don't open new accounts. You want to just have the accounts that you've established, and then that's it. If you're opening new accounts, it's going to have hard and soft inquiries on your credit report, which can essentially have a negative impact on your overall score. Next, I would say increase your credit limits. So usually your creditor will increase it automatically for you. If you're showing reliability, you're making your payments on time, you're a good customer for them, they'll usually increase your credit limit for you already. However, if they're not, the simplest thing, and I do this all the time, call your company and say, hey, I want to increase in my credit. 9 times out of 10, they'll give it to you automatically, no questions asked. Sometimes it's a phone call. Sometimes there's an option on their app or their website that says, I'd like to increase my credit limit. You can put in what you want. Be realistic. If your credit limit is currently $5,000, don't ask for $25,000. You can say, hey, I want to increase it to $8,000 or maybe stretch it to 10. And sometimes they'll do it just from simply asking. So that's something that I would definitely tell you to do. But the caveat with that would be, if you're going to increase your credit limit, you cannot use it. If you increase it from $5,000 to $10,000 and now you're spending $10,000, we go back to the second point that I was making. You're not decreasing your debt to credit ratio. You're showing a high credit utilization. The idea is to kind of hack those numbers to get you a higher credit limit, but you're only buying that pack of gum for $1. So, and you're paying it right off on time. A lot of people get tempted. They're like, ooh, I got now $20,000 on one of my credit cards because I increased my limit. I can go ball out and spend $20,000. That's not how it works. So you want to make sure you increase it, but then you're only using that as an indicator to help you decrease your credit utilization. So that would be a tip that I would say. It's super easy. It takes just a second. Sometimes they ask for verification or they want employment information, but it's something you type in and then they'll tell you usually right on the spot or on their website if they can increase it or not. So these are my tips. I'll just go back over them really quickly. Pay your bills on time. Decrease your debt to credit ratio. Don't open new accounts. Don't close new accounts, and increase your credit limit. Ask for more money, essentially. These are all ways that help me get to an 800 plus credit score that I guarantee that if you do the same thing, you can get there as well. If you guys want to see more videos like this talking about finances or specifically credit or anything, let me know in the comment section below. If you have any additional hacks or tricks to help build people's credit, feel free to share them with me in the comment section below as well. If you haven't already subscribed, I appreciate you tuning in and I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.